All right, thank you for staying with us. So let's begin that conversation again. We're talking about the group phase of the UEFA Champions League. So far, 6 matches have been played out of the 8 that we're expecting in the 36-team table. You know, at the beginning, it sounded very confusing, but now it's being played. A lot of people have come to terms and they've come to understand it.
We're actually enjoying it.
Is it better than the previous format, and has it been successful so far?
I think the previous format has this kind of restrictions when you know that you're going to be facing 3 teams twice each. But this one, you're facing 1 team, and you're going to play 8 games. So more revenue for your club, more revenue for the league body, I mean UEFA.
Yeah.
But there's this thing we still also have to look at. Did the draws, did it favor people? Now you're saying nobody's going to go down to the Europa League anymore. I think it's just more like we're bringing too many clubs into the league format. For example, I think it's not favorable. I'm not playing everybody. So why judging me based on the fact that, okay, you know there's goal difference.
Yes, yes.
I might score 3 goals against a Barcelona team, and then I'm on 3 points. You are also on 3 points, but you won 1-0 against another team, whereas we're not playing each other.
Exactly.
So that is the bane, the bone of contention for me.
Exactly.
But when it comes to games, I like it.
It's not everybody is not. It's not really equal.
It's not really equal.
You're not playing the same teams I am playing.
Yes.
So if it's
judge me,
everybody should play.
Judge me based on the teams I've played, and let us be in the same bracket.
In the same bracket, okay. But so far, the thing that was promised in this first stage already, we've already seen a rematch of the Super Cup.
Yeah.
We've already seen like 2 or 3 Champions League finals of previous years. We've already
Dortmund,
seen
Barcelona,
the first round. Exactly. We've seen AC Milan go up against Madrid. We've seen Liverpool go up against Madrid.
Bayer Leverkusen.
You understand? We've seen our regular Barca, Bayern. Yeah. You know, so are all in the first phase, and that was what UEFA promised. Big matches. You know, I mean, it's not that time where, I mean, you just know that when they pick a draw, and you know, okay, these 2 teams will qualify. Exactly. Once you just beat these other teams, before even one match, okay, you know, Real Madrid will just qualify. We're beating everybody straight 18 points.
But now Real Madrid, they're even on the brink of elimination.
Yes, of elimination.
If they don't win their next 2 games.
Exactly. I mean, look at Atalanta. Look at the wonderful job that Gasperini is doing there. And Ademola Lookman. Thank God he didn't go. Koopmeiners, of course, carried that team last season, but look at what Lookman is doing this season. Retegi.
Well, you wouldn't say Koopmeiners alone because Lookman's effort.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he was more the star. Lookman was very, very much in it. But now, Lookman looks like he's the forefront. And we'll get to talk about the CAF Awards very soon. But generally, you think it's a success?
It is general.
Yeah, for me too. For me too.
I want to aspect, the hype around it.
Yes, and some renewed enthusiasm for the first phase. Now, there's going to be a play-out before even you get into the round of 16.
More like a round of 32 before you get to
round of 32, and when you get to a round of 16. So I think that for the first phase, there has been more interest. I mean, first phase that I'm seeing Madrid against Liverpool.
Yeah, you know, those games are things that we actually look forward to in the knockout.
Yes, in the knockout.
But I was seeing them in the first phase. And to be honest, it is more revenue for the clubs. You know, I want to watch, as a football fan, I want to watch Barcelona, Bayern Munich. I want to watch Real Madrid, Milan. They are not playing on the same day. Even if they are playing on the same day, there's a way I can switch my TV. It could be one could be playing by 9, one could be playing by 7.
Exactly.
So you know, I like the way they separate them.
They separated them. But isn't it too much football? Because if you add the Europa League, you add the Conference League. Now you add Monday night football.
How many days?
Every single day of the week there's football.
It makes it sweet.
Every single day of the week.
People watch movies.
Monday night football.
People watch movies every day. So why can't I watch football every day?
And then how about the talk about injuries? You know, Rodri was at the forefront of that, even though he was part of the
that is not our concern because you can have a squad of 32 players. Look at Chelsea, what Chelsea is doing with their squad in the Conference League and what they are doing in the Premier League.
Okay, now you've brought in Chelsea. I think let's get to that. Chelsea in the EPL. Enzo Maresca has come up to state. Okay, let's take a look at that match. You mentioned Astana. They played Team C against Astana.
Yeah, Academy boys.
Team C, for me. Let's take a look at that match.
First team.
Yes, it was Chelsea up against us in a cold Kazakhstan. There's some names I saw, of course. We know Disasi, Adar, Abioyo, Vega, Achampong, Dewsbury Hall. This guy's still there, Chukwemeka. All right, Neto. But then we saw Raksaki.
Yeah, you know, in that game, 4 Ghanaian teenagers featured. Akepong, Rasaki,
Ampa.
And there were 4. I can't remember.
There's Ampa, from what I can see, Vale, Mueka.
And they were all outfield players. 4.
I look at the substitute itself.
It goes to show the
Merrick.
level of football in Europe.
Mueka, Murekambe, Olise.
That's Olise's brother. That's Richard.
Richard, yes, exactly. And Wilson. So when I saw the lineup, I said, why Chelsea they carry this in the play now? That's the first thing I said.
I just like I said, it shows the level of football in Europe. Ronaldo, some teams would go and start part against Luxembourg, Astana. I mean, it's Azerbaijan and all of the likes.
Belarus.
So you see those kind of teams come into this kind of tournament. If not for Europa Conference League, you might not see this Astana. You might not see them in the in the Champions League. Europa League, they don't make it to the group stage. Yes. They make the qualifiers and then they are out. Funny enough, we have a Nigerian playing for Astana, and I'm wondering, how did you get to that place? It's so cold. How?
Now the question is this now. Enzo Maresca has consistently and repeatedly come up to say that we are not title contenders.
Mikel Arteta said that.
Chelsea fans, everybody, Mikel Arteta no go win title for the next. That one we know.
No.
Enzo Maresca has come up to consistently say, even though they are about the second best team now in England by the table and by form, right? He has consistently come out to say that we are not title contenders, we are not in it, but they are winning. They are going, they are picking the point.
I agree with him.
He's doing what? Okay, there's only one coach that has ever come out to ever see in the wine. There's only one coach that's ever come out to say, Omo, and that was Jose Mourinho. His first season, he came up and said, I am the special one. He said, I'm coming here. Yeah? He came out, and you know that
sort of confidence.
That arrogance. It's confidence borders on arrogance. That arrogance is not there. We don't see it from coaches these days. Everybody wants to play soft so that you don't come after me.
It's Mourinho that tell you how many do you have? I have three. I think I support what Enzo Maresca is saying because you saying you're title contenders and your first season is more like you're putting pressure on yourself. Then you give the fans a sort of expectation that you definitely want to win the league.
And the fans all Chelsea fans I know they're just following along. We are not title contenders.
No, they don't want to break their hearts. Imagine if they were like 3 points or a point behind Liverpool. So I know a part of their section fans will be like, nah, we're title contenders. But in the real sense of it, their patience, their grit will be tested in the second half of this.
You know what happens? Let's open the phone lines. Let's hear from some Chelsea fans. What do you think about your team? Are you title contenders? Because I think you are. I don't even think you are. That's what the table says. 4 points. Look, forget give me hand. Give me hand just count as a loss. If it does happen and you win, because that give me hand, it can be very tricky. It's just there at the back of your mind and you're thinking that you have won. No, you have not won it until it's on the table. Exactly. So you are just 4 points behind Liverpool. 0902-416-3440, 0810-764-1679. The WhatsApp number is 0802-0815-247. Let us hear from you, Chelsea fans. Do you think that Enzo Maresca is just being modest, that you are actually title contenders? Now look at it. They play basically, this was the same thing that happened, if you remember, during Conte's first season.
Yeah.
They play only one
competition.
One match. Because of, they have a second team that they carry for their cup competitions.
But they were not even in Europe.
Yes. Jackson, they were not in Europe then, but this time around, Jackson is playing one match a week. So Cole Palmer is playing one match a week. Please, the WhatsApp number is not a phone call. If you call the WhatsApp number a phone call, I will block you. We gave you phone. Please, let's put it there. This WhatsApp that you are seeing now is only WhatsApp. Don't call it. For phone calls, the lines are 0902-416-3440, 0810-764-1679. You block your number if you call the WhatsApp line. Look at it now. Look at it. That's for phone call. So, we're talking about a Cole Palmer plays only one
game a week. Yeah. Last season, same thing.
And Enzo Fernandez doesn't even play as much as. In fact, he just recent last 3 matches he started
playing 90 minutes.
Caicedo, one match a week. So those guys are refreshed.
They're more like a mid-table team that is just giving us a proper form. The table does not reflect Chelsea's true ability. When Chelsea played against Arsenal, you could see how exposed they were. Against Tottenham, they were exposed. But Spurs themselves, of course, we know them to be butlers. If it were to be Arsenal that had that 2-goal advantage, you wouldn't see Chelsea coming back, talk less of saying they want to win 4-2.
So we're saying it's more or less like the teams doing badly rather than Chelsea doing well.
The teams are doing badly. You couldn't come.
Teams that take on Chelsea.
You come up against Arsenal, you could have lost the game. You didn't boss the game, you didn't do anything. I'm still waiting.
Against Liverpool.
I'm still waiting for when they would face.
Okay, we've got Daniel on the line. Daniel is calling in from Port Harcourt. Hello, Daniel. Good morning. You're alive. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're live. Talk to us.
I'm calling because he said that if Chelsea are title contenders,
Talk to us.
at this point, they are showing that they can be title contenders, but they are not. Because Liverpool, they didn't play their last match. Their last match was postponed. So it's that's
hope-
7 points below Chelsea. So it won't really show that they are trying to be title contenders. They still have to face Man City and Arsenal. That's right.
All right. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel, are you a Chelsea fan?
No,
Okay. What club do you support?
Yes, Arsenal.
Man City.
Man City get fans.
No, then get.
Daniel, what's happening to your club? Talk to us.
I have friends.
Daniel,
Eh?
what's happening to your club? 1 win in 10. Please talk to us. What's happening to your club?
I don't know what is going on with Guardiola. It's just that midfield line. It's not really strong.
Do you want him sacked?
Is it time for him to be sacked?
Due to Rodri injury, they won't. Their midfield has
Daniel.
Well, we actually have Man City fans in Nigeria. I know some, but of course they did not start at City.
They don't start at City.
Eh.
No Man City fan.
You can, the camping is allowed
Yeah,
as long
I
as
know,
you can't
I
be
know,
politics.
I
You
know.
can decamp
I know. I know. All right. This one says Blues for Life. Good morning, guys. Great to have you back on the show. Thank you very much. Says I think he's right because seeing the likes of Mikel Arteta and Pep, they've been there for years, so he wouldn't want to be forward. Why? What I see there is mind games.
Yeah, of
Blues for
course.
Life. All right. Thank you very much. You did
Can't
tell
use
us your
mind
name.
games.
Tell us your name so that we can give you due acknowledgement. Good morning, Mike. Chelsea is indirectly a title contender. Maresca is playing a mind game and he doesn't want pressure on his players. Patrick from Ilogbo, Ogun State. Thank you very much, Patrick. Good morning. MZ Manon from Jos. He says, we are not title contenders. We just want to win every game and not win the league.
What is that? You see,
Emmanuel.
the person who came at first saying, okay, this doesn't want pressure on the players, I totally agree. But if we are going to be honest, Chelsea are not even close to Liverpool at all in terms of attacking football. They are not close. So you coming out to say that you are...
You think so?
Yeah, of course, I know. See, when the teams are at their best, Liverpool are way ahead. Arsenal are way ahead. City are way ahead. But the problem we're having now is Chelsea mathematically are better than City and they're better than Arsenal. But when it comes to ability, gameplay, and when these players are fit, everybody's fit, and Chelsea cannot.
Okay. Hi, crew. Jack Bauer here. Great to have you, Jack. Jack says, you need to see the faces of Man City fans these days. I always knew it was a matter of time before they eventually gas out and run out of steam. Quite frankly, I don't expect them to win their 5th consecutive EPL title in a row. That will make the whole thing monotonous. As they say in Aspamda Trade Fair Market, and I quote, no champion forever. Fact. I'm sure Anthony Joshua can relate. Of course he can. We'll get to Man City in a bit. Let's wrap up with Chelsea, yeah? Let's wrap up with Chelsea. But looking at it, considering that we're getting to the thick part of the phase where there are so many games, Chelsea seem like they're the most suited team for this phase.
They
Because
have a huge squad.
They have a
and
huge squad.
They're not battling injuries. It's surprising. If you check the injuries table, I think...
Okay, just before you answer that question, Mohammed is on the line. Hello, Mohammed. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Okay, I don't think Pep Guardiola should be sacked.
Okay.
Because he has done a lot for Manchester City.
Okay.
Although I'm a Man U fan.
You're a Man U fan. I don't want them to sack Guardiola. You're not really Man U fan.
Yes.
Any true Man U fan
we want Guardiola to
who want Guardiola to be sacked.
No, but it's actually a cup now.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're talking about Chelsea now. I said because of they have a wide squad and they are not dealing with too many injuries, they might be the most suited for this period. Liverpool, could they drop? Could this period be a strong test and make Chelsea? Could Chelsea rise above the rest during this run of fixtures, during this?
You know, just like we say, league is marathon. You don't say because you win the first 19 matches, you're going to win the league. We've seen Arsenal for just 4 games, they bottled it. Why? Due to an injury to William Saliba. I think that was 2022-2023 season.
Yes.
You know, just one injury to a player that you build your team around,
that's key to the
it can
team.
also
It can
break
affect you.
your team.
Yes.
A Chelsea without Cole Palmer, they will still ball. But against Spurs, you barely saw Cole Palmer do anything, if not for the penalties. But now, I can tell you the only player that is very pivotal to Chelsea is Enzo Fernandez from that midfield. is very pivotal. So going into this thick period of time where they're going to be playing back-to-back games, and the season ends in May. So that means we have just 5 months till the season ends, and they must be very, very.
In our
very
group, I don't know who Hamed Mubarak is. He's sending picture of Jadon Sancho in Chelsea colours holding Premier League title. Which this thing?
Now AI.
Now I know. Now I know. Even Mudrik self, the old title self. Mudrik.
Of all people.
Of all people. That's one way you never see a stand a match play self.
He never scored Premier League.
He never play.
He never scored.
No, even Foden when we play up this he never score. So more leave him.
At least Foden get rep.
Okay, all right. Let's leave Chelsea now. Let's move to Manchester City. Manchester City were up in their last match. They were up against Juventus. Let's see some clips of that match, and then we'll come talk about Man City. What is happening? Is it Pep out? Should Pep be sacked? Let's take a watch. All right, we're talking Man City, but just before we pick up on that, let me just wrap up with some messages for you, Toyosi, on Chelsea. Okay, this one says, good morning, Mike. I am Taufik. As a Chelsea fan, I personally think the title shouts are too early. Yes, the potential is there, but the season still has a lot to offer. This says, good morning. Wale from Ajuwon says, good morning, men in the studio. I don't know why Mr. Toyosi is talking like this. Chelsea is doing well for now. Not that the teams they are playing are bad. Let's talk the truth, I beg.
The teams are bad too, to be honest. They are bad. Because when they come against their likes, they are not doing well.
Okay, right. Chelsea, no doubt. Hello, TVC Sports. Chelsea, no doubt, are really pulling the strings in the EPL. And Maresca is saying and doing what I feel is the best thing. Impressive young stars in Kazakhstan. Sonny David from Abaji. Thank you very much.
The country now, Kazakhstan.
Okay.
Where are they on the football map?
Okay.
And then FPL team will defeat Astana.
I don't know about that.
No, it's truth, man.
Chelsea is the title contender for this season, and next season, them go reverse back. IK from Egbeda. All right? Okay, so let's get to Manchester City now. Well, I've done with Chelsea. Manchester City. Earlier on, we put up a post, and we're talking about Pep Guardiola. What is happening with Pep Guardiola? But we've now gotten to see the extent, and we see that this is actually it's deeper than a crisis for Pep. Pep has gone on to self-harm, to self-hurt. He has injured himself.
In his nose, yeah.
You understand? And then he has gone as far as saying that he cannot even eat. He said he drinks soup before he sleeps. He cannot even eat solid food. And the question is he being overly dramatic? Does Pep not have the mental resilience? Because of this, can Pep be said to be in the pantheons? Can we actually rate him as one of the greatest coaches? Because this is the first and the greatest crisis he has had to face. And he seems mentally he just seems like a baby. He's doing things that...
Pep is just like a dramatic girlfriend. Because they're anything for the camera. You should not... Pep, see, in as much as I love Pep as a tactician,
yeah,
but I feel like he does things for... in Yoruba, they say, carry me. I want to be in the know. I want to be in the spotlight. You know, he said, I want to out myself. I feel out. Bro, you cannot out yourself. You cannot.
You should not, because he actually did. We saw blood on his face.
No, you know,
blood on his head.
When you're trying to show how angry you are towards a miss. See, look at the way he dances on the touchline.
Yeah, but many people
last season he fell on the floor when he was when Son had a one-on-one with Ederson. He fell on the floor. And then
so mentally, can we say that?
I feel like it's all a drama.
It's drama.
It is a drama. Pep loves the camera.
I personally feel that he's not a resilient person mentally. Because he has always been, he has always had money, he has always had good teams, he has always had good players. This is the first test of mental strength, and he is failing badly.
It could also be that he's losing his dressing room. It could also be. But
now, talk about the team.
Because it shouldn't be as worse as this, even the fact that Rodri's out. You shouldn't be losing 9 games out of 10.
I mean, people are talking about injuries, more injuries to the team, and there's only one person that's out. That's Rodri. The rest are
Foden is not coming to the party. Doku is not coming to the party. Well, I can see some changes. The day he played against Nottingham Forest, when he played Grealish as a number 8.
Okay, now, but the issue now has been that has Pep as a person, has he or has Man City, have they failed when it comes to the academy? Because look at Cole Palmer, academy player for Pep. Look at Alvarez. They sold him away to make so much money. It's not like they got...
No, they brought in Oscar Bob, and it was one of their best forwards.
Okay, but the point is...
But he got injured.
Okay, but now the question is this. Okay, just before we go down, we have Lawrence on the line from Ogun State. Hello, Lawrence. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, go ahead. Talk to us. You're live.
Liverpool has not been playing the last game, so that means that Chelsea is not going to win it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're done with Chelsea now. Let's focus on Manchester City. And that's what we're talking about now. Now, the question now remains, and that's what we're talking about. As a team, right? As a team, is there any excuse? Should he have an excuse?
To be honest, he doesn't have an excuse. Except, the only problem is, you as an owner of your club, I don't think you want to sack Pep. Because at least you want to give him... Let's just count this season as, okay, a loss. And then he ends the season by resigning.
Well, of course, I think he's unsackable. He's one of the managers I think...
He's done a lot.
You have to leave by himself if he wants to. He has to leave by himself.
Same way as Wenger wasn't sacked. He left by himself. But, you know, they say leave when the vision is high.
It's hard.
Arsene Wenger could have left when he won the FA Cup with the likes of Ozil. And he could have left and allowed a new era. But Baba just wanted to...
Do you think Manchester City can recover from this?
Of course
and
they can.
make a push.
You
know those are late pushes. You think they can go on that 17 games straight?
If City can win 2-3 games on the trot, forget it.
They've lost their fear factor. That is fact. People go to City now and think of...
Let them win.
Taking 3
Let
points.
them win 2 games. With 4-0, 4-0.
Okay, but I'm saying that at this point now, have
fear
they
factor
lost
is
their
there.
fear
No,
factor?
they haven't. Maybe for the big teams, the fear factor is gone. A Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, the fear factor is there. Tell me what United will do tomorrow. I can assure you, United cannot harm Manchester City unless
we'll get to United and they'll talk about that match, because for me, United, Amorim,
unless there's a self-sabotage, United cannot harm City.
Let's leave United, but look at the other teams and all of that. And I think that the fear factor is gone.
For the mid-table teams, the fear factor is still there, but they feel like they can get something. You know, the fact that there's a fear factor shows that yes, it's not that we can get something, we can win.
I mean, you went 3 up against Feyenoord, and Feyenoord came back. But that's fear factor gone. A team on form, you cannot see. It's almost like those days of Sir Alex Ferguson. You cannot... I'm talking about even when you are winning 3-0, they see that fear factor. Now, they are leading you 3. You still have the mind to come back. Baba, no fear factor.
No.
Olamileko is on the line. Hello, Olamileko. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Morning.
Go ahead. Talk to us, Olamileko.
Talking about Pep, to be honest with you, I don't know what's going on with guys. He kind of wants to be the champion forever, and it's not possible for him. You can't just rule football forever. Football is game, win or lose. I think it's time for him to just go down a little, for others to just come up.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I mean, look at results. Bournemouth.
No, but you can permit Bournemouth.
Sporting.
No, but
Sporting.
Bournemouth have beaten
No, I'm
Arsenal,
telling you
beaten
that
City,
this is the
beaten
reason why I'm telling you that
Spurs.
this fear factor is gone. Look at Sporting. Then Brighton. Tottenham, Tottenham always a stretch. So let's leave out Tottenham. The Feyenoord, that Feyenoord one was big.
3-0.
It was big because you don't do that against a big team. You don't do that. 3-0 up. This gave me vibes of Liverpool, AC Milan.
Nah, Istanbul.
Yes, Istanbul. AC Milan, we get Jabstam, we get Maldini. They win you 3. They don't score 3. Do you know what AC Milan was in those days? You can't come back. No, now. You can't go. No. Let's say. So my point is that the fear factor is gone. How can let's wrap up with this. What can Pep do now? Seems he's out of his wits. Seems he doesn't even know what to do.
I think he has to get the energy back into the team. We see.
Okay, Godfrey is on the line. Just before you wrap up with that question, Godfrey, talk to us. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Go ahead, Godfrey.
I'm talking to you. At least now you could analyze Amorim too now.
Immediately, we are doing that. Immediately, we are in now. We analyze Amorim. Immediately, we are done now. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's wrap up with that thought now. What can Pep do? What should Pep do?
I think he has to rejuvenate his team. You know, there's this remontada that they do every time when they are back in the season and then they come winning that they are 10, 20 game run. I think it is something they can still do. Pep has to just come in, maybe have a retreat with his players. If there is a winter break for them, they need, same way Arsenal go to Dubai. If they can actually go to Qatar, let them have something like the sun. Let them like have like a team bonding. They seem to be losing it as a team. Gundogan is not it anymore. Maybe in terms of the energy, he doesn't have that pace. Bernardo Silva too is looking out of sorts.
That will play 180 minutes straight.
Then you also have Kai Walker. What is Kai Walker doing? At least those 3 players, they are not doing well. And then Mr. Ombole, since
look at Ederson. Ederson is just making silly errors. He came back and then, he still was making silly errors.
Since Ombole has said something, how many goals has he scored?
Okay.
Be humble, be humble.
Be humble. Be humble. All right. Moving on from now, let's get to Manchester United. Ruben Amorim. Some people say it's Ruben Amorim, who, of course, cut his journey short this season in Sporting. Since he left Sporting, Sporting have lost 4 out of 6
Yeah.
matches. Manchester United, of course, have lost 3 also since he came in. But the point is this. Did he make the right decision coming to take Manchester United halfway in the season? Before I get to this, let me just start my own first. First of all, I think Ruben Amorim has made arguably the worst decision of his career. And the reason is not going to Man U, the reason is the timing. He came or he left, he moved to Man U at the worst time possible. I would have waited for when a transfer window, like if he had
Like
the
in
benefit
January.
of a transfer window
Yeah.
before you take control of the team. See, when coaches come into teams, what happens is that they're going to change the system. They bring players
Now
that understand
their style of play.
their style of play and then build around those players so that you understand what I mean. Mourinho did it with Chelsea. Remember when he was coming in, he came with Deco, he
Costa.
came with Costa, he came with what's his name, Carvalho, and then Drogba because of how he wanted to play.
Marseille.
Exactly. I had seen Drogba in the Champions League against him on Porto. When Porto met Marseille,
Yeah.
I said, look, I want to play like this. But Ruben Amorim came in at a time when Manchester United they are low on everything. The quality is zero. The structure of the club is
Zero.
they are doing rubbish. And then he came in at this point and he gives me vibes of Andres Villas-Boas.
2012.
I'm telling you, who comes in, who is a promising, very promising young coach. Today he's a club president. His coaching
Porto.
career just ended. And I feel like Amorim might just be, before his career even kicks off, he might just be running down because he came to a club at the wrong time.
Well, they know that United is a sinking ship. Anybody that comes has to, get stained. Henry Ten Hag, fantastic at the clubs he coached in the Netherlands before even going to Ajax. Now he came to Manchester United. He spent money. I do not think that Manchester United are not irredeemable. They might have a terrible season, yeah. But from next season it will be when I will judge Amorim.
But the point is,
this season he has accepted to stain his white. But from next season, the juries will be out.
But the point is that your stats is very important. I mean, look at Maresca and Chelsea.
As a person, I do not care about stats. Maybe because I'm an African man. I do not care about stats.
It's about how
how
he earns.
how much I earn. So forget about even how much I earn. I'm coming to it's a lifetime opportunity. Imagine if they had kept Van Nistelrooy and Van Nistelrooy was doing well. United have something in their head that they might just be like, okay, we want to keep Ruud Van Nistelrooy. We might want to keep Van Nistelrooy.
Why did they leave Van Nistelrooy? He won his former. I mean, how much so that they are paying so much when it comes to
severance
fees.
fee.
Severance fees. We understand. Ratcliffe is not happy with the way things are run. If a club is run well, when Abramovich came to
should
Chelsea,
give Ratcliffe
when Abramovich came into
full-
Chelsea,
yeah.
there's something when you can see when a club is run well. What I'm saying is that you can prognosticate and say, okay, this is how it's going to happen. Look at what happened with Manchester City. They brought in Bergristan first. They brought in Soriano. They had a plan
Small, yeah.
before Pep came in. Even though they didn't do well the first season, they knew they were going somewhere. My point is that I don't see him picking up even next season because
It might pick
the
up.
structure. It's a case of
The reason why I say it might
Because-
pick up
because-
is because he has to bring in a sporting director that works hand in hand with
He
him.
has to.
Look at what Arsenal did.
But-
They sent Rahul Saniheli, the man who scammed Arsenal, with he brought Pepe. Same man brought Pepe for
But this
72
is
million.
based on if they do. If. But based on past antecedents,
But
so far,
Jimmy has
So far-
Jimmy has a say in the club.
but so what I'm saying is that so far, they are not doing the right things.
Jimmy
They're
has a say
sacking
in the
people.
club.
Now there's no spot. They're sacking people just after hiring them. You understand? They're making silly decisions in the boardroom and all of that.
Same way
they don't.
Same way they've made silly decisions with transfers over the past 5 years.
Look at transfers also. I'm saying that the club is in deep crisis.
Well,
The structure of the
in
club.
as much.
So
as
what I'm saying is that if you're making a prediction
Yeah.
based on what you already have, based on what they have done so far, they don't look like they're going to start. Look at the old players. I know that those ones have issues also. Those Rio Ferdinand and all of that. Look at how they were. He said something. He said, look how they were ruthless with Ashworth. They should do that with some players. How did Marshall finish 9 years in Man U? How is Dr. Rashford?
No, homegrown issue now, Abi. That's
Okay, all right. But let's preview that game now. Manchester United will be up against Manchester City in the Premier League In fact, this is going to be, we're not even sure what will happen because Manchester United, nobody said anything. Man City, what do you think will happen, Manchester United versus
It's
Man
a
City?
derby, and but I still do not rate United. They might start with initial ground because there's this 15 minutes ginger they used to have whenever they play Manchester United, Manchester City. Remember Rashford scoring 1 golazo last season, and then they ended up taking up the loss. So I think United is going to score, and also City, they're going to score. This time around, it's a game of anybody who gets it, the season might kick off.
All right. This one says, a good day, guys. Promise from Ikorodu says, I think it's time Pep finds another challenge elsewhere. I also think if he stays longer than necessary, he will spoil his clean record like Lampard. Why? Lampard and Pep in the same sentence. It doesn't follow. Good morning. Pep most times behave like someone that doesn't use his number 6. No wonder he's confused because his player that plays 6 for him is out injured.
Oh no, I like that word, but
Though he will go down as one of the greatest coaches to coach in the English league because of his records, he's the only coach to win a domestic treble, the only coach to get 100 points, but just to mention a few, Ajala from Jos. Okay.
and last thing I used to study, bro.
Okay. I'm sure Man U are going to win Man City tomorrow because Bruno is on fire. Which Bruno? Okay. Hi. Chelsea will win the Premier League this season. You never tell us your name. Thank God you not tell us your name so that we don't know who we are going to drag. Okay. Good morning. See all these failures Guardiola is experiencing is based on one factor. Him just done the fail.
No, what kind of Nigerian is this?
I believe Man City will still come back. Guardiola will do the magic. Quote me. Ola from Alagbado. Ola will quote you.
We don't stand.
And if he doesn't come back, we will drag you. All right. City are back to the good old days, but I will still go for City to win against United. Adeyinka from Agege. Thank you very much, Adeyinka. So, yes. So, you're saying, are you sure? What do you think?
I'm not sticking out my neck for anybody, but I think it's going to
Goals,
be
good day.
goals, yeah.
Go.
Because you City at the back, they are frail. Then you have United over frail. They can actually concede. No Martinez.
Okay.
Of course, are going to be Harry Maguire.
Okay.
So, and Haaland himself, it might just be the time for him to pick up phone. Foden knows how to score against Manchester United. So let's see what happens. But I'm pretty sure goals is going to come.
All right. Okay. So let's before we wrap up with CAF just released a list of awardees, but we'll get to that. But just before we get to that, a number of people still asked me about our giveaway, and we actually did do the giveaway. We gave out. I remember I mentioned that it was going to be on YouTube, and that's why I said follow the handle YouTube and the WhatsApp. So we notified on WhatsApp, and people went to YouTube. So on YouTube, check for The Beautiful Game with Mike. Or you can come and send us a message on our WhatsApp number and you'll get the link. The WhatsApp number is 0802-0815247. So we'll still do another giveaway today, but it will be on YouTube. So WhatsApp, YouTube, that's where you're going to get the handle. So go and follow, subscribe to our channel. It's The Beautiful Game with Mike. That's the channel. Subscribe there. You see some of our videos we'll put into there, and then in there, you get to see what we will do with the giveaway. So yes, do all of that. So let's get to CAF now, and yes, so let's take a look at the list now. They've gotten to the final 5-man shortlist. We have Ademola Lookman, we have Seydou Guirassy,
And
we have Ashraf Hakimi,
Rowan Williams.
we have Rowan Williams. And let's take a look at that list now. CAF released that list for the men's shortlist. And there is talk that Ashraf Hakimi might be a major contender for that particular one.
Because of
There's
Olympic
that-
bronze.
There's that
What did
talk
he do at the Olympics? And what did he do at AFCON?
at AFCON.
Olympic bronze? You know, this is not the first time we see CAF robbing Nigerians. I remember Okocha.
Yeah, so the thing is the CAF Men's Player of the Year. Let's take a look at that list now. CAF Men's Player of the Year. And yes, Ademola Lookman, Nigeria, Simon Adingra, Cote d'Ivoire and Brighton, Seydou Guirassy, Guinea, and of course, Borussia Dortmund, Ashraf Hakimi, Morocco, and PSG. And of course, Rowan Williams of South Africa, who was already picked up keeper of the tournament and all of that.
He made Ballon d'Or list also.
Yes, made Ballon d'Or list and all of that. And there's that talk that they might just rob Nigeria.
Now, if we're gonna arrange this thing, yeah. Number 5, Simon Adingra, because of what he did against Nigeria in the final, he should rest. Then we have number 4, should be Guirassy actually should be number 4.
Number 4.
Yes, because I would put
that-
Rowan Williams in my number 3, and Ashraf Hakimi number 2.
Okay. All right.
In my own arrangement.
All right. That's for the CAF men's.
Mola Bobo.
All right. That's for me. I saw Ademola Lookman against Madrid. He didn't play like an African. That guy was too sleek.
No. You know, see, the advantage he has as a black man is because, you know, he has that physicality.
But he wasn't physical against Madrid. He was
It's not-
sleek.
I think you would have seen Lookman flashes of brilliance while he was at Fulham. It was a little bit raw. He didn't get himself, but fortunately, it was when he started playing for Nigeria that he started getting himself. Like, that was in 2022. And that was like when he was 25.
Against Madrid, he was on the losing side. He was the man of the match.
They could have won the game. The forwards
telling you.
lost. Oh,
I'm telling you, he was slick. All right, let's take a look at the CAF Women's Player of the Year. And interestingly, our goalkeeper, who is, she keeps in France. Paris FC. France. Paris FC. Chiamaka Nadozie, she is there in the final 3 for the 2024 CAF Women's Player of the Year. Barbara Banda, that one with the score in here of Zambia, and Morocco's Sana Sudi.
Is it the way they've arranged it like this?
That's
Just leave them. They don't leave her like that.
That's if the bias for forwards, because the Banda they blessed they go give.
Banda won the NWSL, I think,
yes.
in Orlando, with Orlando women in America. But this lady from Nigeria, Banda also had a very good Olympics. She scored a hat-trick. I think she's the first African to have 2 hat-tricks at the Olympics tournament.
Okay.
And last year, Chiamaka could have gotten top 3, but they put it, a Moroccan there, and Temi Katalanga with Sisa Oshwala. But this time around, we're having Nados here. Barbara Banda is the biggest, let's say, the biggest threat.
Definitely.
Picking up. She had a wonderful Olympics. Chiamaka. At the Champions League, you know how many penalties she saved against Real Madrid?
Exactly,
I love that.
Exactly.
So I think she had a very good league performance too.
All right. Okay, let's go to the men's goalkeeper of the year category. Andre Onana, what's my name, has been nominated there. Rowan Williams of South Africa, Mamelodi Sundowns, and Yahaya Fofana, who is there. And, of course, Nwabali is not there. That has been the major talking point.
What is a CAF award without controversy?
Why is Nwabali?
Yahaya Fofana, even if you want to pull Andre Onana, where is Yahaya Fofana coming from? Yahaya Fofana only had a very good time at AFCON. And that was because his country won. How many clean sheets did he even have over Nwabali? How many? You know,
why is Nwabali not there?
It is surprising. Nwabali had a wonderful season with Chippa United. And then wonderful one with Nigeria. The only person that I would say had a wonderful season better than Nwabali was Rowan Williams. Andre Onana, rubbish for United, rubbish for during the AFCON. Only played 1 game, and against Senegal, he lost 3-1. That was the only game he played. So tell me how Andre Onana entered this list.
All right. Jack Bauer says, if CAF truly have the fear of God, then sentiments aside, that men's player of the year award should go to Ademola.
Not today?
Man. Okay.
Not
right.
today?
Yeah, we have to wrap up now. It's been fixtures, of course, like I said, Manchester United, Manchester City, that's a major draw. So what happens is that we would even, Toyosi would also put up videos. We would also have videos during, we'll put up shots after the matches and all of that. And we'll also discuss our picks, because normally we give you picks, but we don't have time for that. Just follow our YouTube or send a message onto our WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number 0802 0815247. You've seen it. You see the link to our YouTube on that number. Follow the YouTube. We'll handle the giveaway. One more giveaway there on that one. And we'll have a wonderful weekend, of course, footballing weekend. And we'll see you next week. Toyosi, you can say your buys now.
Well, it's been a good one. And I would say compliment of the season is not too early.
It's not too early, right?
Christmas in advance.
In advance. All right. It's been a wonderful show. Thank you for being a part of the show. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.